Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today I'm just gonna be interviewing two of my staff members. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Acer. So I'm gonna go ahead and drag him in here. Hey Acer, how's it going, buddy?
Going pretty good.
Good, good. I'm just gonna do a few interviews and a few questions. And you were my first pick. So if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and explain how you kind of became staff.
Alright, hello, I'm Deputy Director Acer. When I first joined the server, it was pretty low in member count, maybe like top 10, top 5, and I applied for staff since the server was pretty low, and then I've been in the server ever since.
Yeah, I see you've been here for me with my highs and my lows with this server, and you understand it can get frustrating at times if your server's not growing fast. So, I'm just gonna ask you a few questions. I don't know how many, but um, let's start. How do you approach problem solving in your role? So if somebody's having a problem with another person, how would you approach that, and how would you in that argument if it is?
Well, depending on if a staff member, I'd have them, show me proof of the staff member doing what they're accused of. So like if they're accused of, bullying or being disrespectful to a member, I need proof for that. In this server, we do mainly ask for proof. I mean, if you have proof, that seals the deal. I mean, if you have proof, you can't do much. You can't do much more other than accept the fate that you've been caught. Um, on arguments and stuff, I go back from the beginning and I go and I look at what's happening and I have to deal with the appropriate action depending on that situation. So if it's an argument that something stupid happened, it just be a quick warn, maybe a mute if it's not too serious. But if it gets serious and rules start being broken, that's when warnings and kicks and stuff come into action.
Amazing answer. Um, so right now, yes, we do ask for proof if there's VDM, RDM, or we don't really ask for proof for RDM. At times we will, but since ERLC recently added kill logs, it makes it so much easier for us, and we don't have to ask and watch more clips and all that. So, can you go ahead and walk me through your experience and background relevant to being a deputy director?
Yeah. Ever since the server was starting to be grown, I had so many intentions with the server depending on my, you know, relevance to the server. And I thought that ever since the server was small, I knew that I'd play a big part here. And I just kind of went up the line. The server was pretty dead, depending on it. It's like it was really small. Not a lot of action. Not a lot of SSUs happened because we didn't have enough staff. But once we got going and growing, it became more popular, and I began to have more relevance in the server.
Yeah. Right now, we're just trying to get more members and get more partnerships, obviously. Um, what strategies do you use to stay organized and prioritize tasks?
Well, I go by rank. So all my ownership servers will be at the top. All my co-owners, deputy director ranks will go right below it, and so on and so forth. So your server would be in the second spot, I believe. Depending on what I need to do and what I have set done for the server, um, Bugs will give me a list of what I need to do, and depending on how much time and how much effort I can put in at that time, I can do what's easiest and go from, easiest to hardest so I know what I'm doing. Just something that'll help the server grow and make it look more professional.
Yeah, because I know, you've told me and I've told you, me and you are pretty busy with sports. So I try to do SSUs as often as I can, but with very little staff, we can't. But when we start to grow and grow and grow, hopefully we can get more SSUs in. And we're currently working on liveries and all that. So can you go ahead and describe to me and all the viewers watching a challenging situation you have faced in a previous role or your role now and how you handled it?
Alright, well, so there was this one incident. I don't believe it was in the server, but as you know, Books, you were in the server. I was a internal affairs agent for a little server called Kings Canyon Roleplay. They have about 84 members. This user came into our server and became immediately almost a co-owner, I believe he was. And he had basically ruled the server. No matter what we did or what we tried to do, he ruled the server. He took my role away and had banned me from the server, which I responded to the owner about this, and he had done nothing
No disrespect to
until
the owner at all, though.
no, there's nothing to the owner. He did what he could. Um, until he did something that made the owner pretty mad and that you shouldn't have done. And he had banned him, and he gave my role back. And then just a couple days later, his associate had came into the server and started banning, and I took immediate action by taking away this person's roles and banning them. Just a very tough situation for our internal affairs team and the ownership team. It's just a very difficult situation for everybody.
Yes, that also happened to me. I was the head developer for that server. I had done nothing except just ask for people to stop arguing over, I forgot what it was, but it was over a bot. I said, could you guys please stop acting immature? He hops in and starts arguing back, so yeah, seems very challenging. How do you handle feedback or constructive, I can't really say that word. Criticism.
Constructive criticism to me isn't, necessarily a challenge. Just because I've been a moderator for 5+ years now, I understand people's frustrations, and it doesn't really, make me mad when people argue and, get mad at me because I understand their frustration. I understand it, but when they take it too far is when you have to step in.
Yeah.
If they start criticizing you for something you're insecure about, that's when you should open a forum and let our staff team know, because bullying is not allowed anywhere in our server. And if we go and look at our Discord rules, oh, I forgot, we've not done that. I'll get on that. But when I do upload the rules, it's gonna state that criticism. Let me read it right here. It's gonna say respect. Maintaining a respectful attitude towards all members. No, do not harass, bully, discriminate, or offensive comments about anyone. This could lead into a kick, depending on the severity. So, we don't allow any of that because we want to keep a safe and secure community within Ocean County.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask you one more question because it is 1:25 a.m. What do you think sets you apart from other candidates in your position?
Well, I have 6 or 7 years within Discord staffing, so I've dealt with partnership. I've dealt with internal affairs, moderation, administration, management, all of the ownership roles. I've dealt with everything. I've got about 3 or 4 years in RLC moderation, which isn't, you know, crazy, but it's still, a very good amount. And I have amazing communication skills with other departments. I have good moderation skills. Grammar is at the very top, since that's what I'm pretty good at. Just anything dealing with moderation. I have always had a need to be a moderator and always had a need to help the community.
Yeah. All right. Acer, thank you for coming in here and answering a few questions for us. If you want to go ahead and get going, you can. Guys, I'm gonna go interview somebody else, and I'll see you when I do.